Hello everyone, and welcome to the first instalment of the new idea that me and Chalky have made up. This is On the Limit, GRL Season 5 news. I'm your main commentator of Phil Gibbs. I'm alongside with GRL Chalky, alongside with me. And we do have an action-packed news for this season. I think we also have to start off with the new rules, which I think is also very, very exciting.
Yeah, it should be, yeah, especially with the whole system of the league now.
Yes. First things first, with the new rules, we do have GRL have announced that they have implemented grid penalties, which is a brand new rule that has been implemented before this season started. First things first, obviously about the rules. What do you think of it so far, Chalky? Do you think it will bring a whole variety of what the decisions are going to be made?
Also, it'll make it more interesting, so it'll be different to last season. Also, the way we did the rules and whatnot. But yeah, obviously it's going to be interesting, a bit different, something new, and hopefully it works in many ways.
I think there was also another update of some of the rules, and also some new rules as well.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
I think I'll try and get up some of the new race rules that has been implemented. And we'll start off by talking about the teams. So obviously some of the rules have been kind of returned from last season, including the likes of lobbies. The clips have been kept by there. There's been some communication penalties as well, race reruns. I think there's also I think there's ghosting, obviously from season 3. We do have the new race and qualifying rules of rejoining the track.
Yes, we do.
This is on the GRL website. It is stated that if for some reason you end up off track, you must rejoin safely. It's a straight 15-second penalty if an oncoming car has to take avoiding action from you, whether that's swerving to avoid or slamming the brakes on.
Yeah, we had quite a few actually last season.
Yes, it has been a bit of a big deal from last season, and I think we're here hoping to see some good, strong consistency of that penalty being implemented.
Yeah.
Another one that has been brand new on the GRL website is qualifying laps. If a driver does not set a valid lap time in qualifying for whatever reason, they will be black flagged from the race results. Now, when I first heard this, as I think from a bystander's perspective, it's kind of a little bit of a give and go, but if you kind of think about it, it's actually quite a good rule to be implemented.
Yeah, because then obviously it stops. I mean, if there's only, say 10 drivers in the session, one person's going to go out on a fresh set of tyres. That's no one else.
Yeah, because they kind of use that as an advantage if they not set a valid lap. So basically they'll be starting on a fresh tyre, and they'll get either knocked out in Q2 or Q3.
Yeah, I mean,
so we'll now go down
last season that did it.
Yeah, there was a couple of drivers that happened that kind of used that. I'm not going to mention any of them.
No.
But it was quite thought-provoking to kind of implement that rule. So we now go on to the time penalties. From what I have heard, they have been updated and made more simple. For example, the minor wing damage for 10 seconds is either going to be yellow or green for minor wing damage, whereas full wing damage is red.
Yeah.
There's also been an update of the rejoining on safely. That is now tripled. It is now 15 seconds. It used to be 5 last season. From what I can gather.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of them where it depends on the situation and everything, I think, with rejoining on safely. But, you know, it is what it is, and you just got to accept it.
I think the problem was with, I think from last season, is because the rejoining on safely was a bit too lenient, so I think the stewards kind of decided to think, you know what, we'll triple that, and make it a little bit more on the high end, being like very strict.
Yeah.
So, now we go on to the new section of the rules here in GRL for Season 5, and that is grid penalties. Obviously, with the new game that has been released, and obviously from the new leagues section, you can now apply grid penalties. And we do have 3 grid penalties. We do, well, 3 types of grid penalties, if I can actually improve my sentence. And they are, we have a 3-place grid penalty for blocking and qualifying, talking during qualifying unless advised an oncoming car of a dangerous obstacle ahead. Now the one in brackets, I think if they are advising, I think they'll basically get away with it.
Yeah.
And we let it slide. But if they're not advising, they get a 3-place grid penalty. Which I think is fair enough.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've got nothing to say about that, to be fair.
The next grid penalty is a 5-place grid penalty. This one is for backchat or disrespect towards other drivers or admins. I think there was a lot of heel and toe on this one, on whether it was going to be a little bit more. But I think to go on the middle ground, 5-place grid penalty I think is a bit more manageable.
I mean, there was a bit of it towards the back end of last season. I'm not going to say which division, but there was quite a bit.
I think it was kind of almost across some of the divisions. Some sources have told. The final grid penalty we have is the qualifying ban, which is a 20-place grid drop. Which is basically readying up on the grid too soon, too much reckless driving, or cutting corners to get to the start line quicker in qualifying. Now, I think the starting off cutting corners to get to the start line quicker, I think it was a license point. It was under the license points from last season, I think. But yeah, the qualifying ban, I think, the qualifying ban is basically you just don't do qualifying. Basically, you're disqualified. I think it's a little bit more, or you can actually do qualifying and just basically have a 20-place grid drop, which is kind of understandable.
Well, yeah.
The race ban has been kind of implemented just a little bit. We do have a new add-on, which is under investigation for purposely destroying another car. And we've had lots of events like that happening in past seasons. So we're hopefully, fingers crossed, that it won't happen to that again. And obviously the black flag, nothing has changed from what I can gather.
Nothing's changed.
Those are the rules and regulations of the new season. So now we're going to go down to the interesting part. This is what we'll be mostly kind of talking about, which are the teams.
Yeah.
If you want, Chalky, I'll hand over to you to do the rundown of the teams, and we'll start to pick off some of the drivers.
What do you want to do? Reverse order or? Yeah, let's do reverse order.
Do it reverse order.
Yeah. I mean, obviously for GP2, the Mercedes, you've got Stepladder Bob and Paraquix, who were obviously in GP 1.1 last season, weren't they? So.
Yeah, they were.
I mean, Para moved up there from GP2 season 3. And obviously, I believe he won GP2 in season 3. And he was middle pack last season, weren't he?
I think he did. I think he got a couple of wins in season 3.
Yeah. And then
I'm
obviously
not
Stepladder
sure.
Bob. Obviously Stepladder Bob is always been up there in GP 1.1 last season. Very
He
competitive.
was one of the mid-card contenders
Yeah.
of 1.1.
And I can see something happening with them two this season. If I'm honest, they're going to be my top 2 so far from what I've seen. But then going down to the Ferrari, Scuderia, got Kev29X and Harryam 677. Now, obviously,
I think
Kev
that's
came
actually
in.
another good strong pile-up, that is.
Yeah, obviously Harry Ham was
Very
GP
good pair.
1.1 with
Yes.
Kev. Obviously came into GP2 midway through the season.
Kev came into GP2. I think Kev came into GP2 in the middle of season 3. He took part in his debut at Germany.
Yeah.
Didn't
Obviously,
go off in a good start though.
No, he kind of had a up and down. Obviously, for what season he had left, but
Yeah.
hopefully he can come strong this season. Maybe improve on the little things. I mean, Harry Ham. I mean, he does look quick this season. What I've seen. What about yourself?
I think it could possibly be another good contender for like top 5, possibly best of the rest.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, I mean, it could even challenge Stepladder Bob and Parrot on the right given day, I should say.
Yeah.
And then you've got Aston Martin Red Bull. Now, this is an unbelievable pairing from GP2. That's
Yes.
iOaks 167, Chill 413. Now,
I think this is where we're going to start off our little statistics about a driver, and that is Chill.
Oh yeah. You're the
I think,
stats man,
well,
so I'll let you run the stats.
Well, what can we say? Chill from season 4 did manage to get a fair amount of podiums. Get a podium at Bahrain. I think he also got a podium somewhere in like the mid-season. There was a couple of times they had a bit of bad luck on him, but I didn't think that kind of stopped his morale getting any lower. He was kind of destined and fighting for more. That season 4 championship fight with Smithy.
Yeah, I mean, obviously up until the last 2 races, I mean, it looked strong for him. It looked like he could have done that, but then it just kind of, I think the pressure kind of got to him a bit, I believe. All about what it.
Yeah, I think it just kind of got the best of him, really.
And obviously Oaks as well. I mean, he was strong for the season when he joined. I think he got a couple of wins as well, I believe.
I think he did get a. I think he got. I'm pretty sure that he got a win at. I think it was Belgium. I think
it might have been Belgium.
I know he was close to win in France. He was. I think that was possibly one of the closest races for the fight for first when it was at France.
No.
That was between him and Smithy at Paul Ricard. I think we could possibly see those two battling out again at France.
Hopefully, yeah. It would be quite good. I mean, obviously, both in different cars this year. See how it plans out from both. I mean, especially Chill, whether he can keep that competitive side to him of his driving.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to be one to watch them two, alongside with a few other drivers.
I think another team that could possibly be very good to watch, I'd say, I think could be the new Toro Rosso team, because last time they had Kosher and Manzi, I think they kind of upgraded a little bit. They had I think it was the multiple race winner, discreetly, and a former GP1 driver of Venom.
Yeah. Obviously, racing against Discreetly, he's a very good driver, I must say. But yeah, obviously, he had a few races that he couldn't turn up to last season, but if he did turn up to that, I think it would have been a closer.
I think he also had a couple of races where it wasn't good for him either.
Especially Brazil.
Yeah, I think it was Brazil.
Race.
Yeah. I think Britain
USA
as well.
as well.
I think Britain kind of bit the bullet a bit discreetly a little bit in season 3, but I think he managed to claw it back in season 4 at Silverstone.
No. Well, yeah, it's going to be one to watch them too, especially at the Red Bull. But the two that have left Red Bull to join McLaren though from last season.
Toro Rosso, yeah, Manzin Kosher. I think that's a bit of a surprise turn, really, because I thought they did really well when they were at Toro Rosso in season 4. With Manzi, they get securing a 1-2. I think Manzi got a win at Baku. With Kosher, I think Kosher got second.
I can't quite remember because I wasn't at that race, but
because I know that Kosher was one of the other title contenders for season 4 as well, along with Jill. I think Discreetly was one of them as well, and there was also another one which was Oaks, but Oaks kind of fell all of a sudden.
Yeah, there was quite a few title contenders, well, championship winners, I should say, for GP2 in season 4. But I think there was just 4 of them that just kind of decided to part away from the remainder. But yeah, it just seems that Manzi and Kosher just seem to be joined at the hip at the moment because we can't separate them. So
no.
Hopefully they'll be, because they did really good as a pairing. The constructors, I think.
Yeah, they did very well. Yeah.
I think they were second and third for them. So
I think it was third in the championship. I think Mercedes won it.
Yeah.
With Ferrari second.
Oh right. No, I think Force India. The Force India was second. With Smithy.
So it was Force India second, and I think so that means Ferrari was
fourth.
Was fourth.
Yeah.
So it was Mercedes, Force India, and the newly Racing Point now, Force India, and Toro Rosso.
Yep, I believe that's the way it ended.
I think now we're going to go on to the one driver that will definitely have a lot of weight under his shoulders, and that is the two-time GP2 champion of Smithy. I think season 4 was kind of a redemption season for him from last season.
Smithy had an outstanding season. I'll say.
I think he was on a massive podium streak. He did have some very unfortunate races like Baku after battling with his teammate the last lap. And crashed it.
Yeah, I think he had a couple of crashes. I know one was in Japan.
Unfortunate. Yeah, there was one in Japan. I think it was
Turn 1.
Turn 1, yes. I think Japan was kind of like the most crash-heavy track of season 4, with a lot of them losing it at Dunlop Corner.
Yeah. Yeah, there was. I think it was there was only 2 or 3 retirements throughout the whole race.
Yeah.
But
so I think that's all round up GP2.
Going on to GP1, if you'd like to Do the GP1.
I think I'll do the GP1 drivers. I think I'll do like the handful. I think I'll do it in random order. So obviously first off, for Red Bull Honda, we have a very, very unique pairing. We've got the likes of Brandon 5224 and Damien Squiddy. Now I've known how fast both of those drivers are in 1.1, and I've known how incredibly strong pace-wise for Brandon, and also being very patient when overtaking. But he can sometimes get a little bit too far ahead of himself, trying to keep up with the lead car, and just drops it.
Yeah. I mean, I've not watched much of Brandon myself, but from what I've seen on little bits of there and now, he's quite a solid driver. Just needs to tidy up on the little things and probably be more, I'd say, consistent. That's a better word. But,
and then obviously for his teammates of Damien Squiddy, a returning driver. I think he did race a bit in season 3, but he took a bit of a hiatus. But he was also a former GP1 in season 2, from what I can gather.
Oh, right.
So we did have some GP1 pace in him, but will he be able to find that pace that he had in season 2 and transfer it onto season 5? Even though he had a season long wait.
Yeah, because he wasn't here last season, was he? So it'd be nice to see him back.
Another team that is also going to be quite strong is Alfa Romeo Racing, where we have the likes of F1 Cesaro and Stuart Sadler 97. Now, this is going to be I think this is possibly one of the most surprising driver transfers. We had Cesaro that was used to be in McLaren for like 2 seasons, and also Stuart Sadler, who joined last season in Ferrari with Danny.
Yeah, that is.
Who Danny has switched from a Ferrari engined car to a Mercedes power engine car at Racing Point.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
quite surprising driver transfers.
it is a bit strange.
I would think at least, because we know I've raced Danny and Stuart in season 4. They were unbelievable Ferrari drivers.
Yeah.
They were almost equal to each other.
Okay. I mean, obviously I didn't watch most of these drivers. I've seen them before. So
But,
it's going to be eye-opener.
I think to find out that they have now been separated is kind of going to be a good test of who's going to be overall quicker between them two.
Now they've got both got different power units and whatnot.
Both different power units might have different ways of approaching some of the corners, different levels of consistency, and also different type of strategy as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there is one other team that I'm quite surprised and looking forward to seeing is Mercedes.
I kind of have to agree with you. To agree with you there for Mercedes.
Schumacher and Oscar Gamer.
We obviously know that for some while, Michael Schumacher has been in Williams for 3 seasons. And now, in season 5, he's gone up to a massive upgrade and racing for the Silver Arrows.
It's a big leap, big step forward in many ways for Schumacher.
Could that possibly be a huge boost for Shuey at that point?
It could be, but it could be a downfall as well in many ways. It could even go either way. Whether the pressure of being at Mercedes can get to him, or he can just fry from it.
Yeah, that is true. I think when I was in Haas, no, I think it was when Haas used to do very well, and surprisingly, they were like podium contenders all of a sudden.
No.
In season 3, but ever since I think Williams tried to do the exact same in season 4, but could not get like the overall pace throughout the season. It was all at random.
Yeah, you kept fluctuating. Williams did, didn't they? So.
Yeah. We'll do a driver stat, and we'll start off with the new Renault F1 driver of Ghost Colt, the former Mercedes driver, has now gone to Renault.
Yeah. It is a
he
strange
was one of the title contenders of season 4. Span a bit further back in season 3, he was with Ferrari.
Right, so he's obviously been around a bit on the teams.
The overall podium rates, the amount of podiums that he got at season 4 was about, I think it was, in 16 races, he got onto the podium. Some of the 5, it was because he can't make it, or he just had a very poor start.
All right.
But he does have an average position of 2nd.
I mean, he did finish 2nd in the championship as well, I believe, didn't he? So.
He did get 2nd in the championship. He also got a few wins in season 4 as well. I think he's probably hoping to follow suit of that strong season that he had.
Yeah.
And hopefully to try and get himself his first Drivers' Championship.
Well, hopefully he can. Good luck to him as well.
Yeah, very, very good, strong luck to him as well. I think the other GP1 driver, and that is the two-time GP1 champion. Yes, we have a two-time GP2 champion fighting it out in GP2. We also have a GP1 champion, a two-timer, fighting for it yet again, of Urban Unicorn. He has left Renault and has joined McLaren with another driver of Finn Doggy Dog, who's a 1.1 driver, who was also kind of fighting for podiums as well.
Yeah.
From season 4.
I mean, he was fighting with Brandon a lot of the time as well, wasn't he, for the entire season?
So I think Finn Doggy Dog could possibly try and get McLaren's constructors title, because ever since Cesaro was there was kind of being an uphill battle between them. But ever since McLaren was racing in GRL, it's kind of been on the high end, then the low end, and then in the middle, and then gone back down to the low end.
Oh,
probably.
Yeah.
But there's a possibility they could be going all the way to the top.
It would be nice to see a British team up there.
Despite the fact that Mercedes has been based in Brackley, but that's only for the chassis and the engine in Brixton.
But it is a makeshift German manufacturer.
Yep, it is a German official manufacturing team, but it's housed in the UK.
But it's like that for most teams, though. To be fair.
do you think, could we possibly see Urban Unicorn getting 3 in a row?
I want to say yes, but it's too early to say. Because obviously, you never know, some of these drivers could just have taken a massive leap and shown some massive pace. Urban could be midfield pack, you never know, but I'm sure you'll definitely be up there, fighting for the wins.
I think we know Urban Unicorn likes to be up front. I think it was in season 3. I think his worst race was France. It was a mixed conditions. It was a wet to dry race. And when he was pitting for his stop, he went on the wets, but it wasn't like fully chucking it down with rain.
It was
kind of like a bad decision making for him.
Okay. So it could be an interesting one. I mean, there's definitely some championship contenders in this.
Yeah.
20 drivers. It's whether who has.
I think it would be the same for GP2 as well. GP2, I think there's going to be a huge variety of title contenders. We could possibly see like a top 5 battle, which has never been seen. We've only had like a top 4 battle, like a 4-way fight.
Yeah.
I think we could possibly see with these with GP2 with the drivers like Step Ladder Bob, Paraquix, Harry Ham. We have the new drivers of Liam Prof 30, Skybeer, Venom, and Run Amok Truck. We could
also
possibly
Run Amok Luck as well.
Yeah, Run Amok Luck in the Racing Point. It's like going to be tail end. We don't know who's going to get it. Don't know how. We don't know what track it's going to happen.
Yeah. It's definitely going to be something you want to watch.
Yeah. I think for GP1, I think it's going to be the same. Possibly a top 5, even probably a top 6 or a top 8 fight.
Yeah, it would be something that would be especially.
Yeah, having drivers like Oscar Gamer, Brandon, Squiddy. We have Ginger Ninja Max, who's returning this season. We have Relic in the Renault, with teaming up with Ghost Colt. Yaya Sonoga with Danny. Lovely Colt from 1.1. He was one of the rivals of Brandon, who's the GP 1.1 champion season 4.
And you've also got Cesala and Stuart Sadler.
Yep, we have the likes of them two as well. They could possibly be good constructors, contenders as well.
Yeah.
Stuart Sadler did actually rack up a couple of podiums in season 4. But he did kind of get a little bit unfortunate on some parts. I think one of which was due to tyre wear issues. And I think for Danny as well, I think it was in Italy. And I think again I think it was one in Silverstone as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's just going to be an exciting season.
It's going to be
division you watch.
Yeah, we could put no matter what division you watch on stream, either GP2 or GP1, anything can happen.
It's just something you're not going to want to take your eyes off.
That is now the drivers that have been mentioned. I think we have to now talk about the cars. And obviously the aero changes. Obviously they've got the simpler front wing and also a much bigger and wider rear wing.
Yeah.
And we've also got the 3 simpler tyre compounds now. But already having the 3 tyre compounds is already causing a bit of confusion.
I don't know how you can get confused by it, but
Well, obviously the softs are basically the super softs, mediums are the softs, and then the hards are the mediums from last season.
Yeah, I mean,
but because there's now been more simpler, it's now red, yellow, and white. There's now C5, C4, C3, C2, and C1.
alright.
And you obviously don't know which one's which. You don't know which one's going to be best or which one's going to be the worst.
No, yeah.
Which
I mean,
obviously means
it's going
to. Yeah, it also obviously means that it's going to shape up pit strategies.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Last season we've seen like loads of one stops. Now there's we could possibly see a two stop. Possibly see some very strong soft medium softs. We could possibly see a soft hards. Could even see soft hard softs or medium softs. It's like a huge variety.
Yeah, I think it also depends on the track itself, the temperature of the track, and obviously how the driver is at tyre wear.
Yeah.
The whole round pace, consistency, that will have a massive effect on the tyres.
I think obviously we understand that there's been a lot of changes for the start of Season 5, and as we are now, I think we are approximately 2 days away for GP2.
Yep.
At Melbourne.
2 days and 10 minutes away.
I think it's 2 days, 1 hour and 10 minutes, as GP2 will be starting at 9.
That's my bad.
Meanwhile, for GP1, it is in 3 days and 9 minutes.
Yeah. I just want to get this season started, if I'm honest.
To be honest, I think this is possibly the season I'm most looking forward for.
Same,
in like,
to be fair.
That's for like GP2 or GP1.
Yeah, it's most anticipated really at the moment, isn't it? So.
Yeah. I think obviously another thing, we have confirmed that Silverstone for this season has been given a 5-year contract to stay.
Yeah.
Which is incredible. Which means they'll be with us till Season 10.
Well, yeah, it deserves to be
incredible. Yeah, it definitely deserves to be in GRL. I think without it, it would have been possibly empty.
Yeah, it's not the same without Silverstone. The calendar. I mean, no offence to any other track that's in Britain, but Silverstone is the pinnacle of British motorsport.
It is, and it has basically been for years. The start. Yeah, for almost 70 years.
Yeah.
They've been doing incredible races for this league. Obviously, there's a couple of good moments. With Season 3, we get like 2 back-to-back overtakes at Stowe in GP1. We had an overtake at Cops at GP2.
Yeah.
We could possibly see or even replicate it, or if not best it, for this season.
I mean, this season's at Silverstone, it does look like it's going to be something to remember and hopefully enjoy if you're the right driver.
I would possibly say another track that could be interesting is Bahrain. We've had a couple of bad races at Bahrain, but I think for this one, with these new cars and the straight line speed, we could possibly see some strong overtakes. We could possibly see some double overtakes, which could be very interesting.
Going into turn 1 and I believe it's turn 11.
Yes, I think it was turn 1, 4 and 11.
Yeah.
Possibly see an overtaking turn in the last corner
Yeah.
of turn 14. But expect the unexpected. It could possibly be a lot of fun.
Let's hope so.
So, I think for everyone that is here, if you do want to look up the rules yourself, just go on to Global Racing 73.wixsite.com/website, and you can go onto your rules tab and you can see sort of rules and regulations. If you also want to find out who are in the team or who's in what team, you can also do that as well on the website by going onto the Teams tab. I think also one thing before we go, this is the first instalment of this concept. We are going to be doing it on Thursdays, every Thursday, because obviously Wednesday there will be a stewards panel. So we kind of not want it to clash. But I hope you do enjoy these type of mini streams, like new streams. And I think for me and Shorky, I think we'll be looking forward of it. We'll be keeping you updated every 3 tracks. So at the end of China, we'll update you, and then Monaco, etc., etc. It will be ended at Abu Dhabi. Surprisingly.
No, yeah. Hopefully it's going to be an ecstatic season for us.
Just as before I go, is there anything else you'd like to say, Chalky? As we let's finish.
No. I think I'll save it for next week's episode.
After China. Alright then, so that is it for the first instalment of On The Limit. We will be seeing you in 3 weeks' time after China, where we will be giving out some more statistics, and then also the start of the drivers' standings for the new season of Season 5. So, I've been Phil Gibbs, and I've been with Chalky. And we'll be seeing you for the next episode of On The Limit.